Welcome to this week's episode of Humans in 5.
We both like to think of ourselves as being social media savvy. We know we're not crazy good at it all the time, but we do find all of our feeds interesting and fun to keep up with.
We're in a unique position in today's technological age. We're old enough to remember a world before smartphones, but still have some digital skills. There are moments when we date ourselves as we reminisce about the olden days of memorizing your friend's phone number or agonizing over how to structure your first web presence. In SL's case, a MySpace page.
With the advent and the phenomenal growth of so many social media platforms in the past 10 years, people have shared huge amounts and parts of their lives on these sites. These platforms move beyond concrete websites to having real consequences in the world and on, among other things, the way we speak.
Internet lingo is constantly evolving. The kids these days are always coming up with new words, especially those young enough to have experienced some of their prime developmental years on these platforms. While words like hench and fam sometimes confuse the heck out of us, teenagers and young adults have developed a whole new aspect of the English language online.
We're not the only ones confused by the meaning of some words on the internet. It turns out our esteemed friends over at the Oxford English Dictionary are stumped too. It's their job to try to define and categorise words in written and spoken language. But with the eye of linguistic change accelerating online, even the pros need help from those on the ground using these words every day.
To that end, the Oxford English Dictionary wants you. And by you, they want teenagers, social media mavens, and those in the know to come forward and frankly help explain everything. Do you know your turnt from your peng? Then the OED encourage you to share your knowledge based on your experience in the lingo.
When this was first announced, some people thought it was a joke or that someone at the OED had lost their mind. But in fact, this method of asking people on the ground about how things work is a well-known tactic in social science research. While the folks at the OED could try to define meaning based on the roots of words or their relationship to other terms, there's no truth like ground truth.
Ground truthing is a method when you actually get your feet on the ground and learn more about the context to separate fact from fiction. In this case, the OED might have some idea about how to define social media terms, but without asking those in the know for the truth, it's really just speculation.
This move by the OED also represents some anthropological thinking. It's a great reminder that our language, as an integral part of our culture and lifestyle, is dynamic. Language is always changing, and in ways that can't necessarily be explained within the confines of a lab or an office. Sometimes we need to go out into the world to understand it, even if that means recruiting those living in the digital world to hold our hands.
We hope this hasn't given you any FOMO, and we'll see you next time on Humans in 5.
And don't forget to subscribe!